Hey, what's good with y'all, man? It's Jay. I am in the call with it. But look, let's get straight into the video. Let's get into the Shaquie Foster Stephen Fulton fight, man. I'm gonna keep it gangster. I don't know how y'all feeling about the fight, but to me, this a tricky fight, man. This a fight that, you know what I'm saying, I can see really going either way, and I got some reasons why I'm picking the fight I'm picking, but it's not a confident pick, and I can pick against them for them same reasons, and I can do that for both guys, because both guys kind of got some similar issues that I'm finna get into, man. Let me start with this. I'm picking on Shaquie Foster. And like I said, this is not a confident pick at all. It's so unconfident that if you tell me why you picking Fulton, I'll probably change my pick and agree with you. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of fight for me. So I'm picking Shaquie Foster, and I'm gonna get into why. I'm gonna start with Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton is, in my opinion, coming off probably his best victory that I've seen. I thought he looked real good against Figueroa in the rematch, man. Box, bro, very easy. And this was a fight where people was picking Figueroa to win the fight because, you know, unfortunately for Fulton, his claim, I ain't gonna say his claim to fame, but his biggest fight was him getting stopped by the monster anyway. And it was a fight where it wasn't really competitive. He couldn't find his timing. He couldn't find his range. He didn't really have nothing for anyway. So, and you know, end up getting stopped in that fight. And the fight he had after that, his previous fight, which I believe was his first fight at 26, and he didn't really look that good in that fight either. I believe he got dropped, and just, you know, it wasn't a good performance for him, man, and from him. And a lot of people was thinking, like, maybe is he shot? Did the NOA stoppage take a lot out of him? Because, you know, that didn't look like Stephen Fulton in that fight, man. But he was able to rebound from that with the last fight against Figueroa. Looked great. I remember he got booed, or he was, you know, I think he was in the, you know, hostile territory, but he got booed. But the fight was entertaining. He boxed bro up real easy, but, you know, fans ain't come to see that for whatever reason. I think, you know, I'll let y'all guess as to why. But he looked great in that fight, and he, you know, this is kind of, you know, what's making me a little shaky on Stephen Fulton, because, you know, in his past 3 fights, he got some inconsistencies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that sounds to y'all. I'm from Alabama, so, you know, excuse my pronunciation. I can't really talk. But he got some inconsistencies. So, you know, he didn't look good against NOA, but, you know, again, who does? He didn't look good in the fight after that, but then looked great against Figueroa in the rematch. So, you know, we still got to see what kind of Fulton we going to get, man, and especially with him jumping up in weight again to 30, which is like, you know, I really wish he would have settled down at 26, at least for a couple fights, man, because we've seen this a lot more now. Guys are jumping out their weight class to fight one of the guys in the, you know, the higher weight class, and at least they making big fights happen. But I would have liked to seen him. I don't like when people leave fights on the table at their current weight class. I would have loved to seen Stephen Fulton and Shushu. Shushu was down there begging for that fight. He wanted Stephen Fulton more than he wanted Nick Ball or any of them. But we don't get that. We get Shaquie Foster, which, you know, that's still a good fight, but he's coming up. We don't know how he's going to do at 30 against a solid Shaquie, a real 30 pounder. You know, he can go to 35 and be cool. You know, he got good size on him. So we'll see if that catch up to him, because he looked a little chubby at the press conference. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs was a little fat. Pause. Chiefs was a little chubby in the face. So I don't know if he's just like ballooning up in weight, man, in between fights, but we'll see if it catch up to him, or if he can even handle the power at 30. And switching over to Shaquie really got them same kind of inconsistencies as Fulton does, because his last 2 fights was against Conceição. The first fight got robbed. I thought he boxed very well. I didn't really think he lost more than 2 rounds, but he got robbed. But luckily for him, he got the immediate rematch and won the rematch pretty easily. But let me tell you about the second Conceição fight. What I didn't like in that fight was, I feel like old Shaquie Foster could have did more than what he did. I feel like he could have stopped, bro, to be honest with you. And he let small little subtle things that Conceição did kind of confuse him or take him off his game plan. For example, I remember Conceição, he went like southpaw for like no reason. He didn't do nothing off of it. He didn't punch off of it. He didn't give a different look out. He just turned southpaw and bounced around. And that kind of like confused the hell out of Shaquie. it confused the hell out of Shaquie Foster to where all the offense he was putting up in the, his game plan, he's like, it just stopped because he's seen something that he wasn't expecting, and it kind of took him off game plan. And that's a lot of reason why I'm not confident in picking him, because one thing I will say about this fight, I think I think Stephen Fulton got a deeper bag than Shaq. I think he got a deeper bag than Shaquie Foster, and I think he probably overall the more seasoned fighter. You know what I'm saying? But he probably overall the more seasoned fighter, and so I can kind of see him getting out to a good lead early, Fulton. And we've seen that from Shaq, because his past, before the Conceição fight, was Abraham Nova. And even the fight before that, I forgot the guy's name, but he was down in those fights and had to rally late to get the victory. Like the Abraham Nova fight, he was down early, had to come back, got the stoppage. And this was tricky to me about this fight, because them same fights where, he was down early, that's kind of why I'm picking him, because I think Shaq got like a it factor to him, if you know what I'm saying, where he can be down on the cards or have the momentum not in his favor at all and make that switch like, okay, I'm down. If he know he down, he'll say, okay, I'm down, I need to make something happen. You did what I'm saying? He can turn the tide of a fight when it's not going in his favor. And I don't think Stephen Fulton has that, nor has he shown that, because his only loss, to his credit, was anyway, and that's anyway, and Shaquie Foster ain't anyway. But he got the natural size advantage, and that it factor he got to him. I think he can open up some opportunities for him by picking up the pace and using that it factor and that size advantage he got to maybe whatever his adjustment might be. It might be to take one to give one, but he can turn the tide of a fight, and that's kind of how I'm thinking the fight gonna go, because I'm picking Shaq based off his it factor. Stephen Fulton will probably jump out to a lead early, mid rounds, and Shaquie Foster might have to turn the tide of that fight and make something happen. That's I know that's kind of damn. But I know that's kind of a crazy reason to pick a fighter off of it factor, right? It's so intangible. From Alabama, y'all work with me on these words, bro. It's so not tangible, like something you can hold on to or see. And it might not even show up, but to his credit, he didn't really think he needed it against Conceição, because the first fight, we all thought he was winning and got robbed. The second fight, he probably didn't feel the need to pick up the pace because he thought he was winning the fight, which I guess that kind of shows that Shaquie Foster can kind of get comfortable if he think he in the lead. He can kind of settle in and not pick the pace up, which that's kind of how the first, even though he got robbed in that first fight, he kind of stayed at the same pace the entire fight. But if he knows he's down, like the Abraham Nova fight or the fight before that, he does have that mindset to where, like, all right, let me pick up the pressure, pick up the pace, and make something happen. So that's kind of why I'm going with Shaq, man. The natural size advantage plus that it factor. I think he has enough, because he does have IQ. He's not a dumb fighter. I just don't think he got a bag deeper than Stephen Fulton. But I think he got enough to where he can probably make come out with a victory in this fight. I will say though, if you told me beforehand, like, okay, the results is gonna be a wide victory, I'd probably say Stephen Fulton won the fight. Cause I think Stephen Fulton is just, like I say, he's probably more polished all around boxer, and he'll probably win the most rounds. So I don't know if I'm picking Shaquie Foster to stop Fulton or just hurt him late and turn the tide, but if you told me it was a wide victory, I'd guess Fulton won the fight. So it's a lot with this fight, man. That's why I say it could go either way for me, and it's tricky to me. So I really want to see what y'all think on this. And if you pick a Stephen Fulton, drop like a little, you ain't gotta go too crazy. Drop a little mini breakdown as to why. And I want to see what y'all thinking on this fight, man. Cause hell, you might change I damn near change my own mind in this fight, bro, and pick Stephen Fulton. But it's that kind of fight for me. It's a good fight. Co-main to the Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fedora. If you haven't seen, I did a breakdown on that. If you haven't seen that, man, check the I'll try to link it in the video. If you don't see like the little eye with the link to that fight, that means I'm new to YouTube. I don't know how to do that shit. So if you don't see the link, I don't know how to do it. Just hit the channel and go to the videos, and this should be the video right before this one. And check that one out, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, if you picking, whoever you picking, just give me a small little breakdown as to why. I want to see what y'all think on this, because this is a tough fight, man. tricky fight. And you know, it could be close, could be not, man, but we'll see. I want to see what y'all thinking on that fight. If you made it to this point, I appreciate y'all for checking in with me. And check out that Fundora Thurman breakdown. And you know, more on the way. Boots fight tonight. If y'all probably watching this after this, that fight probably already happened. So either way, you might see another video of that, me talking about Boots. But either way, man, I appreciate y'all for checking in, man. It's your boy Jay. Leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, you know, if you messing with the videos. And I appreciate y'all, man. I'll check in with y'all boys next time. Peace.